Welcome, my friends from the EDC and general knife community. This video I'm making is about employing EDC knives for the kitchen and how you can make some really nice alternatives to the standard cutlery sets that you get that aren't the best, in my opinion. Before I get into the kitchen specific knives, I want to preface the video with a commentary on some of my favorite knives, the cold steels that you see before you. Now, my dear friend Walter, who is a cold steel brother of mine, has this particular model, the Code 4 in the Tonto S35EN. But mine I have modified slightly with the grip tape and the jimping to get a better traction for cutting in specific instances where I need to get a better grip and a closer grip on the blade. Now, on the other side, my blacked out knives are the Recon 1 series in clip point, Tonto, and spear point. What's the difference between these? Well, the Recon 1, the steels are the same in both of them, S35EN, but the Recon 1s are DLC coated to give them that extra hardness on the blade and extra corrosion protection. They're a ½ inch longer. These are 4-inch blades, while the Code 4s are 3½ inch blades. And the Recon 1s do not have jimping, but you can, let's see, which one did I do here? The spear point, if you can see, I've added a strip of black fragmented grip tape. You don't have to do this, but it does provide some real nice grip on the on your thumb to get the precise work on utility cuts. Now, Walter stated to me yesterday that he could do everything he needs to do with this one knife, and I don't doubt that. You can use it outside, you can use it for your everyday carry. In Texas, I would consider this to be a gentleman's carry. It's got the primary edge, the secondary tip, primary tip, and secondary edge, so you can use it as you would a sheep's foot or Wharncliffe. And for those times where you need penetration, you've got the complete Tonto design to take care of those needs, especially when it comes time to do the devil's business. It's a good friend. But it does, all of these run on phosphor bronze and Teflon washers because they are folders, so they need some kind of mechanism in the pivot to enable them to open and close effectively and securely. So those can get mucked up through use, especially in the kitchen, which is where this video is going. So my preference would not to be to use a folding knife in the kitchen other than for light duty. And that's where we're going to go next, talking about EDC type knives that you might not have thought about but work great in the kitchen. Now, starting with the kitchen knives, you probably need a good chef's knife, and here's an example of one you can get for a very reasonable price from Cold Steel. It's the Cold Steel chef knife. It's part of their commercial series. It's in 4116 stainless steel, which isn't the finest steel, but for the use I give it, it's quite good. And in fact, it's 4116 is standard in even your most expensive cutlery sets because it offers good stainlessness. I only use this for really big jobs like watermelons, cantaloupe, maybe cabbage, something really big like that. If the 10 inches is too large for you, they also offer it in an 8-inch, or you can shop around and find another company. The point is, you don't have to spend a lot of money for a good quality chef knife. All right, next, we got to have a good utility knife. And this superb little gem right here is from CJRB. It is the CJRB, Silax. It's 5.1 inches, slight curve in the belly, that classic Japanese kitchen knife shape, with AR RPM 9 steel, very stainless, and it takes a very sharp edge. I've got this down at 17 degrees on both sides, but you could take it to 15 if you want. It's got a flat grind, so it's very slicey, very stainless, fantastic for the kitchen, but you can EDC this as a fixed blade. Okay, so there goes our utility. Now for something when you need to peel a lemon or an orange or a potato, perhaps, any kind of general cutting, this is a absolute winner right here. This is it's a Mike Emler design. What was this one called? This is the let me get back to that. Actually, this is the Artisan Cutlery, which is the parent company. And it's really nice that he was able to pair up with Artisan Cutlery because it does have the AR RPM 9 steel, the nice choil that you can choke up on with the jimping back here, and it is supremely slicey. I can't emphasize that enough. You get a full 4-finger grip, almost full 4, but you can get all 4 fingers on there, no problem. My hands are right on the border between the end of medium and the beginning of large. So it's almost all 4 fingers. And then, of course, if you choke up on it, you get everything in there. And this is such a nice knife for those peeling duties especially. Now for steak knives, I went with the Artisan Cutlery. This is called the Biwa. It's an Alan Foltz design. It's got a 3-inch blade. Now this is an ACR 13 MOV, which I know is not the premium, but it's a good solid steel, stainless, easy to sharpen, but maybe better than that, you can strop it right back to a good working edge in just a couple seconds, so you don't have to sharpen it that often. As a steak knife, it works great, but you can everyday carry it. And when I say it's light, I mean this thing is unbelievably light. Look at that, 1.52. And then if you add the sheath that comes with it, with the attached clip I use for my pocket, .2.3 ounces. You can use it as a neck knife. You can use it everyday carry, a backup. Really, really nice. As you know, with so many of the other knives that come with a cutlery set, there's knives you just don't need, like carving knife, fillet knife, boning knife. You'll find you'll never use those, or that you can get the same use with one of your other knives without those. Keep it down to the essentials: a chef knife, steak knives, peeling knife, general purpose, and then a utility. This is the one that I use the most often. The Mike Emler Artisan Cutlery blade is another one that you can make great use of for all kinds of tasks in your kitchen. You get that stainless that you don't have to worry about corrosion. But I will tell you this: once a month I like to add this Flitz polish. It's a polish that goes on just like when you wax your car. It protects it from corrosion, as it indicates right here, corrosion protection. Also, it is non-toxic, so you don't have to worry about it getting into your food when you're cutting. You just simply put it on and then wipe it off with a nice microfiber cloth, and you're protected. Or, of course, you could put something like olive oil on your blades, or you can use a regular knife lubricant, but then of course you're going to have to wipe those off before you use them in the kitchen. I hope this gave you some ideas that you can use. You don't have to use these knives, but you can find something that is to your liking, with even better steels if you like, and avoid the cost of expensive cutlery with not the greatest steel. Really, you're just paying for the name. Anyway, that's all I have for this. Thanks for watching. Late edit. This is the Artisan Cutlery Sea Snake, and I highly recommend it as a potential for the kitchen.